a church that makes a difference by knowing God and making Him known unto others. That has been the mission of Concord since its founding in 1975. Concord is located at 6808 Pastor Bailey Drive in the newly renovated facility that houses over 4,000 members every week. As the church continues to grow tremendously, some members may think it's always been this way, but for our older members, they understand humble beginnings. So let's take a trip down memory lane and thank God for all the doors He has opened for us as a church, the Concord Church. Concord Missionary Baptist Church organized as the Greater Mount Carmel on the campus of Bishop College, following a fire that destroyed the building of Mount Carmel Baptist Church. Once the church was organized, the membership elected E.K. Bailey as its first pastor. The founder, Pastor Bailey, and the 5 charter members, plus 200, were presented to the body.
They sacrificed. We weren't known as a rich church. These were people that made a difference by giving their all in all. And it cost them because some of their families stayed at Mount Carmel.
Concord has not always been a huge church. They too had humble beginnings.
And they were the late Albert B. Page, chairman of the Deacon Board, Mrs. Alberta Blair, who's also deceased, president of the Senior Missionary Society, Brother Johnny Ashford, who is chairman of the trustees, Brother G.T. Sims, who is also deceased, as well as Mrs. Alma Fullilove. As soon as they were acknowledged as the 5 charter members, there were another 250 members that at that time were brought forth as charter members.
In 1975, the new Mount Carmel Baptist Church moved into a newer facility at 3410 South Polk Street.
Therefore, the church then became Greater Mount Carmel Baptist Church as we were going through the legal processes. And then it was changed several weeks later to the Concord Missionary Baptist Church.
It was during the early years of Concord history that we strived to the church that we are today. Concord moved from Car P. Collins at Bishop College to 3410 South Polk Street and was labeled one of the fastest growing churches in America and also the first African American church to implement simultaneous worship for youth and children. Unfortunately, with any movement, we will always have setbacks. During the 7 years of famine, we've learned that we must be careful and prayerful about the things and the decisions that we make. We also learned that we must fight and pray to defend our faith and our name. During the 7 years of famine, we did just that. In the years of transition, Concord's wheels started turning, and this small church began on its journey to becoming a renowned church in the South Oak Cliff community.
We had so many people joining every Sunday, and that was one of the first things that I noticed when I joined the church. Actually, I joined on my birthday in July of 1977. The church was only 2 years old. And every Sunday there were 20, 30, 40 people, families, young people, old people joining the church. And the church was always just so exciting, and it was such a joy to see people come to the Lord and make a decision to come back to the church. And actually I had been praying for a church where I could grow spiritually. And when I realized that Concord was the answer to my prayer, I immediately made that decision to also become a member.
And in 1996, vision became reality. Concord purchased, renovated, and moved into our current location at 6808 Boulder Drive. In addition to a sanctuary that would seat 2,000, the facility would accommodate over 75 ministries, and also community outreach programs would be held there. In 1997, 6 months after the renovation process began, Concord held a huge parade to commemorate the huge transition in the new worship center.
When we left Polk Street, I was so excited because I didn't even ride in the car. Reverend Case and I jogged all the way from Polk Street to the front steps of Boulder Drive.
Here's what's coming up next.
I feel really bad for people who never experienced having a father, but when you've had one.
And we'll be right back after this break.